Hi guys, welcome back to the desktop. Freddy here with another retro RPG. And this week I've been running through a bunch of Cyberpunk things because, as like many people have, I've been loving playing through Cyberpunk 2077. It's a very bugged but very enjoyable game, which has brought me right back into looking at my Cyberpunk things. Now earlier this year, at the start of the lockdown, I started doing a series of smaller videos for things which I didn't think deserved a full weekly video. And I covered a few issues of Interface magazine, this magazine, for Cyberpunk. And I started off with issue 2 because at the time I thought I'd never bought issue 1. But in tidying out my office a few months ago, I discovered issue 1. I did buy it after all. Now you can see it's £2.50 is the cover price, which is very cheap for a book, but it didn't actually feel that cheap at the time, because I have to point out that things like the Chromebook here was £9.99 cover price. So is this a quarter of this? Well, page-wise, this has 44 pages, and the Chromebook has 96 pages. So it literally is a quarter. It's half the page size and half the page count. So it comes out as a quarter of that. So the price is actually kind of fair. Although at the time it did feel expensive. You know, you were buying role-playing magazines for about £2, which came in glossy paper, although they covered a variety of subjects. So this didn't feel such a good deal at the time. But it's quite a cool little booklet. It's written by Prometheus Press, who worked alongside Artalzorian Games and kind of had a deal where they were passing things between the two. So where Interface might cover some stuff, if it was later covered in the role-playing game, they would detail the rules and sort of share between them how things were going to work. So it was semi-official. Now, Interface became a lot more official later when Prometheus became part of Artalzorian Games. So Interface actually became like the official Cyberpunk magazine. But at this stage, they were separate companies. So let's have a look at the back cover. See this guy? He didn't buy the premiere issue of Cyberpunk Interface. And I'll point out they've spelt buy wrong. Don't commit the same crime. Help keep Night City safe. In Interface, you'll see the latest in Cyberpunk expression written by fans like you. New tech, different Lifepath options, mod Cybertech, gangs, rock groups, Nomad families, powerful Megacorporations, cutting-edge net software, puny banana republics, terrifying religions, genetic engineering. In this issue, On Maggot, cops walk a tough beat in Night City. Police gang profile, the givers of pain. Corporation profile, OTEC, barons of the high seas. Also, details of Cyber Psycho Squad by Officer Maddox. Book reviews, Streetlethal and Vacuum Flowers. Don't just stand there, wirehead, fork over the euros. And it's a nice little add-on. Getting something extra every month or every quarter, I think these came out, is very cool. We've got cyberware, so a grapple fist, a big rip, because the rippers in Cyberpunk were finger blades. So having a larger Wolverine-style blade coming out of your wrist was new. Mini laser, defenses and hardening. We've got new tech, medical tech, so different drugs you can take to heal you up. Description of the police force and how they work in the Cyberpunk world, or the Cyberpunk city of Night City. Cop in full gear, so going through all the equipment that they carry. Which is really cool, because I do find that terrible in a number of role-playing games, where when you look at a modern-day soldier or policeman, they come with a lot of equipment. You know, a policeman will have his handcuffs, they'll have mace, they'll have various other things, their radio. Soldiers will have replacement clips and grenades and all that. But when you look at the stats of an ordinary soldier, it's basically uniform and gun, and they don't really detail anything much else. Whereas medical kits and various high-tech add-ons would be likely in a futuristic game. So we've got the different drugs. Subject terminated. So, Maverick cop turned cyber psycho. And we've got a lovely picture of him later on. Two greenies had just started poking a huge pile of trash when a big rip erupted out of the trash and took one squarely in the chest. So, as well as stats here, we're detailing some background information. Lifepath modifications, so you can be an ex-convict. The Penal Corps, the IPC, to protect and serve those not capable of doing it right. OTEC Unlimited, so different technology that the police might have. The hull of a Ceramet Robohound, so cybernetically enhanced dogs. Now, they look like greyhounds or whippets to me, which is different from the big sort of Doberman Alsatian-style robot dogs you see in much Cyberpunk. These look faster, sleeker, and kind of more dangerous. I've always thought greyhounds look a vicious type of dog. I know they're very emotionally flighty and they're not actually that way, but I do think they look quite deadly. Sample Robohound stats. New programs, new weapons. Corporate reviews are going into the Ocean Technology and Energy Corporation. Got a special profile, Noir, leader of the Givers of Pain. So we've got his detailed stats and a lovely picture of him there. Looking very cyberpunk and very dangerous. Police file, known associations, so going into all the background of him. Rip Thrash, Lieutenant of Noir. New skills and Lifepath options. And that's it. It's very brief. It's only 40 pages long. There's a couple of reviews in there as well that I skipped over for novels. The Future As Used did various cyberpunk-style films, you know, Robocop 2, Blade Runner, etc. But Interface was quite a cool add-on, helping you get the tone of cyberpunk by giving you literature and movies to watch to get the tone of the cyberpunk world right, while giving you lots of fresh add-ons to allow your cyberpunk world to evolve, because you're supposed to be on the cutting edge of technology and new stuff coming out all the time. So having a quarterly magazine which gave you that new stuff, very, very cool idea. But that's Interface Issue 1. As I said, something I thought I didn't have, but turned out to be hidden away in a crevice somewhere in my office. Anyway, as usual, I think I've whittled on for quite long enough, especially for a brief little book like this. So thank you very much for sticking with me. Please like, subscribe, and comment below, as it always does me massive favours with the YouTube algorithms. But most of all, you look after yourselves, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.